Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for tuning back into my channel. I'm Nakia, and this video is just going to be a little recap of my semester 2 out of 3, because on the 23rd, I will be beginning my final semester, guys, and I'm so excited. So instead of having my little blue papers, I do have a little notebook that I'm just gonna start writing down my thoughts in for my YouTube videos. And it's so cute. It says Wild at Heart. I think I bought this, believe it or not, at a local Family Dollar. And that is my favorite store to shop in, guys. My family, we just love that store. I can actually go into that store and find everything that I need without asking anybody. That's how frequent we visit that store. So guys, as you know, tomorrow I will be graduating from LPN school, but I'm not completely done after that. I still have my summer semester, which will begin on May 23rd, and it ends on July 25th. So just exactly 8 weeks. And I hope and pray those 8 weeks go by fast, which I know they will. I'm sorry for all of the noise that you hear in the background. My husband has some company over, so they're just grilling out and just, an early start on the festivities. So let's go ahead and start. So this little video, like I said, it's a recap of my second semester, and I have broken it down to my faves and my not so faves throughout that semester. So I will go ahead and start with my faves. My very first one is the Med-Surg Clinical. Now, guys, I know I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube, and I've heard through previous nursing students that Med-Surg was not one of their faves. But however, and ironically, Med-Surg was one of my favorites. The very first day when I started Med-Surg Clinical, I was nervous. I'm not going to sit here and tell a fib or anything, but yes, I was nervous. My shoulders was up like this. But I had to go in there with confidence. And again, this is what I'm stressing to everyone who is beginning to start Med-Surg Clinical. Go in with confidence and rock it out. We're all new to Med-Surg. We may make some mistakes, like I know I did, but just do your very best. Your clinical instructor is not going to let you do anything without her being right beside you. And I had the best clinical instructor. So she was there 100%. Then towards the end, she eased on back. When she knew that our confidence was up here, she eased on back and let us rock it out by ourselves. So Med-Surg, guys, after I'm done, my heart is with peds, but that would be an alternative besides long-term care or home health or hospice. I would actually apply to a Med-Surg unit in the hospital. Another one of my faves was the on-campus lecture. Now, this semester we were on campus on Tuesday, and that was more fun. We got to be more interactive. We got to laugh together, which we did all that, online too. But, when you're face to face with the instructor and with your other classmates, it made it just more personal, so I really enjoyed that. And then if we had a question, we actually could ask the instructor about it right then on the spot versus, we could ask her a question online too, but just that face-to-face interaction is the best. So on-campus lecture was awesome. If we had any other questions and our instructor didn't know it, we were on campus. That way we can actually physically go to whoever could answer that question for us. And one of my last faves was actually pharmacology. Now, I didn't really have an exact pharmacology class, but it was just built into our semesters. And one of the ways that we utilized pharmacology was through our SimLab online website called Swift River. And I'm pretty sure you guys have heard me mention those two words, Swift River. And other community colleges are utilizing that system as well. It was a great system to use. It was kind of tedious. The assignments were based on a grade, especially if it was like dosage calculations. So you had to get that exact grade or higher, and you had to have the correct amount of time for those Swift River assignments. So I rocked out both. That med pass part, it was tedious from the beginning and the end. Not to lie about it, but it lets you know what you need to look out for when you are getting ready to administer a drug. Like, say for instance, if you are getting ready to administer lisinopril, lisinopril is one of the medicines and only medicine that I do take faithfully every day. So when you get ready to administer any kind of antihypertensive, the very first thing that you will the very first thing that you would check is your person's blood pressure. You don't want to just go in and be like, "Hi, Miss Jones, I'm here to give you your blood pressure medicine." You have to check it first. So that was very tedious. All right. If you are getting ready to administer a heart medication, you have to go in first, check their heart rate or pulse. And you also want to go ahead and check their blood pressure too, because you don't want to administer that heart medication if that person's pulse, specifically an adult, if that person's pulse is lower than 60, do not give that medication. So different classifications of drugs, and knowing what to check first and knowing what to look out for after the medication is administered, that was one of my fun points of pharmacology. So, if anybody has any other questions regarding pharmacology or any other medication, hey, shoot it down in the comments. I'm good for answering you guys back. Okay, I have 2 not so faves throughout this whole entire semester. And my first one is the mental health clinical. Anything dealing with mental health, I do not like. I'm not going to say I despise it, but mental health is just not my forte. I know a lot of people are being diagnosed with depression, throughout this whole pandemic. And prior to the pandemic, people had mental health issues. So this mental health, what's the word for it? This entire mental health dilemma, has really increased in numbers. I mean, I see, I work in a pediatric clinic, but I also work with adolescents and some adults, but not as much. I do have adult experience, but majority of my experience is peds and adolescents. And some of those adolescents that come through the clinic, they are, depressed. I see a huge majority of depression. I may see, of course, anxiety. Maybe a little, maybe 5% of my patients might have bipolar issues, but majority is anxiety and depression. I do see some anorexia and bulimia. I do see that. But, the mental health thing is really increasing. And I think we're going to see a lot more cases of mental health in the previous years to come. Alrighty, my not so phase. My last one was the on-campus exams. And guys, from my previous video, I have ranted even more about, our process of how we take our exams on campus. The days vary, but most of the days it was on Mondays. We might have to do some Tuesdays, but we had to be there on campus. The instructor actually stayed in the room with us. We could not talk. We could not do any kind of gestures. We could not wear any kind of like iPhones. You couldn't bring your iPhones in, but as far as like the Apple Watches or the Samsung watches, any of that you could not wear. Now you can wear like a regular watch, but if it's connected to your phone, both have to be either left in your car or left on the teacher's desk, and everything has to be turned off or on do not disturb, but nothing can be on ringer. You don't want to disrupt anyone from their test. And then another thing that I didn't like about the on-campus exams was that everyone didn't start at the same time. The very last test, which was the final, and it might have been one more before that. Oh, the ATI mental health exam. Those were the only 2 exams that everyone started up at the same time. But again, there were some distractions because, everybody didn't get into the room at the same time. You know me, I'm an early bird, so I always try to get to the campus at least 30 minutes early, and I might just sit in my car and just collect my thoughts. But I'm one of the early ones that always gets to the campus, you know, ahead of time. And I'll use the restroom first because, you know, anytime you get ready to take a test, you have to use the restroom. So I will do that, wash my hands. I will come back into the room. I will go ahead and sanitize my desk down because those desks are filthy. So I will do all that. And then normally our tests will begin at 9, but we can get to the room at 8:45, and we can go ahead and sign in and actually download the exam, but you do not start until 9 o'clock. Now, that didn't happen all of the time. Like I said, only 2 exams throughout the whole entire semester did everybody start at the same time. So, you know, on-campus exams, I do not like. I prefer the way we did it in our first semester was from the comfort of your own home. Now, if you excuse me, guys, I have to take a little sip of my beer. And in case you guys didn't know, Bud Light is my favorite kind of beer. So, excuse me. Okay. And so, yeah, on-campus exams is a no for me. Unless we can get everybody on one accord, everybody come in quietly, not disturbing all of the rest that have already downloaded their exams. No, hey girl, how you doing? How you think you're gonna do on this test? Cut it. It's not gonna happen. Okay, guys, and my last little part of this video are tips for final semester. And that's for anyone who's getting ready to start their final semester. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tips for you. The very first one is to keep great scores throughout all of your exams so that you won't have to feel a lot of pressure when it's time to take your final exam. And I can pat myself on the back and say that I have done that throughout this entire semester. I did have one low unit exam and I made a 70 on that one. So a 70 is a C at my campus because you got to have 80 and above. So I did have 170 on the exam, and that was my first exam in this semester. And I don't know if that's because our dean taught 2 of those modules. I don't know. And then we got our clinical instructor / lecture instructor, you know, throughout the rest of the program. Well, throughout the rest of this semester. But I was so glad because I was a little leery of the way those 2 modules were taught. But I digress. Hey, I passed my semester. Alrighty. Second tip, have your planner handy. Now, I can say that I am guilty of this because I started out first semester with my planner. And you guys know this is my planner. You've seen it on this channel several times. But I didn't utilize it as much throughout the second semester. But I'm going to make a promise to myself and to you guys that I will start utilizing this planner more in these last 8 weeks of this final semester. The planner is like your Bible, you know. And this summer semester is just 8 weeks versus 16 weeks. So it's going to be back-to-back tests. You know, we're going to have a lot of ATIs. So I got to be on it, and I got to plan everything in this bad boy here. Another great tip, stay organized due to the shorter semester. Like I mentioned, you know, summer semester is only 8 weeks versus fall and spring are 16. So this semester, you really got to be on it. You cannot miss any dates. That's why the planner comes in handy. You know, you don't want to be like, oh man, this assignment was due. And majority of all of our assignments are due Sunday nights by 11:59. And me being an early bird, majority of the time, my assignments are way submitted before that Sunday, if I can help it. But staying organized is the key. Another great tip is to keep in touch with your classmates. And I've already got, maybe 7 or 8 people throughout my program. I have their name and their number. You know, I got a good contact number to where I can get in contact with them if I have a question or a concern. And how this semester went, it was six people in my clinical group. And so we all created a group chat so that, you know, if we have questions, not only do you ask one person, but you ask the entire group, you know, so just in case somebody else got the same question, it's being addressed. So guys, having a good contact number for several classmates, just in case one doesn't have the answer, maybe the others do. So always have a backup, you know, when you are stumped on a question, or if you need further information about a particular concept or a particular exam that's coming up, etc. And my last and final tip for the final semester is to stay positive, smile, and pray. We all know that nursing school can be stressful, and it is. And we all know that school comes first. But, you know, when you're a wife like I am, you're a mother like I am, you work, you have responsibilities at home, you know, life happens. So guys, just continue to rock out your nursing program with a smile, staying positive, and surrounding yourself with positive people. Breathe. I can't stress that enough, guys. Breathe. Instead of just blowing up, I have learned to breathe. Take 10 long, deep breaths and just rock the rest of your semester out like I am. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Make sure your notification bell is turned on, and subscribe if you have not already. I have currently 271 subscribers, and I do want to get to 300. If you missed my last video, I will be doing a giveaway once I reach 300 subscribers. And guys, this giveaway is like none other. It's going to be a great giveaway. And it's going to go to a special person who is subscribed to my channel, who comments a lot on my channel, and who likes this video, because when you like a person's video, it goes a long way. You know, it speaks volumes. So guys, I don't want to give too many details about the giveaway. You know, I gotta climb up 29 more subscribers. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. And until tomorrow, because I'm going to try to insert some clips of me getting ready for the graduation tomorrow. That begins at 3 tomorrow. And, you know, I want to film, you know, about me getting dressed, me doing my hair, my makeup, you know, because I was going to get somebody very special to me to do my makeup, but I'm going to back out and I'm going to let her do my makeup on my pinning ceremony. So that'll be at the end of July. So guys, let me stop rambling because you know I love to talk. But guys, I appreciate you watching my videos, and I will see you in the next one. So everyone, stay blessed and be safe. Bye-bye.